All right. It's a good team. Hey guys, happy Friday.
Hello.
We've got Miss Tina Abraham with us this week, and she's doing our agent interview. So let's move right into it. Tina, what is your ideal day?
Ideally, I like to wake up at 6 in the morning, meditate, and do a 5 mile run or go to the gym.
She's a monster. Yeah.
It's really important for me to do all of those things. I feel like meditation is for my mind an exercise, and then of course, with the gym and running, kind of gets all that steam out.
Cool. So then you're ready to go and ready to hit the ground with whatever your prospect first. You do listings or
once that's under control, I feel like I'm ready to roll, and I get in and do my phone calls. That's important first. Get that out of the way because it's the ugly duckling that I really don't want to deal with.
That's right.
And then once that's done, then I answer emails and get back to anybody else and make appointments, etc. for the afternoon.
Yeah, but you set you first. Good. And how about the interview? What do you do for like your listing interview?
Well, first of all, I drop off a pre-list pack the day before and make sure that they get that. Follow up with a phone call, make sure they did get it, and ask them to write down any questions that they might have, and then we can discuss, the next day for the listing appointment. And then on the day, I make sure that there's a well-prepared CMA, and we go through that. And of course, if there's any questions or anything like that they might have, then we follow through, and I make sure that they're happy with everything.
That's very collaborative. That's good. That's very collaborative. So you're getting their feedback, kind of in a couple different stages of it.
Yeah, it's important because if you're gonna have that working relationship, and I also feel like that they're interviewing me, but I'm also interviewing them as to whether I really want to work with them.
That's true. That's true because we can turn them down too.
Yeah.
We don't think of that so much, but
yeah.
So that kind of leads into pricing. What are your philosophies on pricing? And I'm guessing they're collaborative because the rest of your stuff is.
Yeah, it's really important to get pricing right. When I started in the business back in 2006, it wasn't so important for me. I just wanted the listings, and
they'd sell.
Right, and I'd take them overpriced, and I would be okay with that. Thinking, okay, well, I'll get the price reduction later. But, I've noticed that there's a larger struggle to get people to drop their price, and so typically I try not to take overpriced listings. I really fight hard to get the price right, and
I think that has a lot to do with your credibility too. Because if they're like, well, you told me we could list it at this price,
right?
And then you're constantly knocking down, so get listings priced right out of the gate. That's a smart idea.
It's really important, and there are some special occasions where I may take an overpriced listing, but I really try to get it written in the listing agreement for the price drops by a certain price and certain date.
That's great. So it's automatically set.
Yeah.
Good.
And that conversation never has to happen again.
So what do you do once you get the listing for personal marketing? Like what kind of personal marketing do you do?
Postcards, advertisement, Craigslist, etc., and on the day, of course, I bring any kind of examples that I might have of the print advertisement or flyers, etc. That way, it gives them a taste of what's to come.
Okay, so you're just giving them samples and showing them. You're not just telling them. You're giving them visuals.
Right. Yeah.
What makes you go? What makes you passionate about this business? What do you like about the real estate business?
First of all, I think it's really important to enjoy what you do, and if you don't enjoy it, then obviously it's going to be a lot more difficult. My family is my passion. I do everything for them, but I think there has to be a balance. So with work and family, and that way you don't mind working, or if there's bad days, then you're doing it for a reason.
Yep. Yeah. Well, what do you consider yourself world class at? What do you out of all different pieces of real estate business?
I think once I get in the door, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the listing.
They ain't coming out.
Well, I think it's really important that you're able to be in touch with your clients. And know them as a person and not just a paycheck, because so many times we look at them at the price of the listing, what it might be, and how much money you're going to make on it.
Yeah,
so
I'll guilty of that.
Yeah. So, and I have a lot of empathy for people. They all have their own stories, and I think it's really important to hear that. And I think they recognize the fact that I really care.
Good. Well, I asked on the pre-listing interview I had with Tina, I said, well, what kind of books are you reading? Are you doing any kind of
Yeah, I'm always reading a lot of books. I typically have like a stack next to my bed with anywhere from 6 to 7 books. But right
Which is
now,
smart.
I'm reading Art of Stillness and also Full Catastrophe Living by John Kabat-Zinn, which is really about, stress and meditation and keeping everything in place. And it helps you to, with work and family life, all of that stuff. So it's some good information.
Good. And that leads me to my last question: is who is Tina? What do you do to unwind? You know,
Well, if you haven't noticed on
I'm on
Facebook
her
yet,
Facebook feed, so I know what she does. But
I my passion is oil painting, and I have to admit, prior to children, this is what I did. When I lived in London, I worked at Nike. I painted at night, sold my artwork, and once I had a family, it all kind of died off. And I have to admit, sadly, for 10 years, I wasn't painting. But now that my children are older and they don't need so much attention from me, I'm re-inspired, and that's what I do all the time. So check it out.
check it out. All right, Tina, we appreciate you very much.
All right, thank you. Have
Thank
a great
you.
day.